Now we're ready to switch to the PCB editor. But first we have to verify that all the symbols have predefined footprints. So for that, let's open assign footprints, and we have the list, and I can see that all symbols have the footprints. Okay, then we can switch to the PCB editor, and everything here is empty. And then we press update PCB from schematic. We press update PCB, we close, and we can see all our components with the rat's nest lines. Next thing, before placing the components in the right position before routing, we have to define the properties of the board, of the PCB. For that, we go to File, Board Setup. And then we go to the Physical Stackup. So as I said before, the PCB is everything about layers. And within the Physical Stackup, we define the number of layers, their thicknesses, their dimensions, and also their properties. So we define everything on this tab. And in complex designs, you might have 4, 6, 8 or even more copper layers. But since we're designing a simple PCB, we have just 2 copper layers, as I said copper front and bottom. And we have a dielectric layer in between, which is an insulating material. So if we want, let's say later, we can add more copper layers. But for a while, we keep those values. Next thing, on the manufacturing website, you can find all the stack up information we need, like thicknesses, the materials we use, and we are going to use the PCB way. We will order the PCB from PCB way later. And if I check that information, I can see that all the default values perfectly match the dimensions presented on the website, on the PCB way. So if I check those values, 35 micrometers, so on and so forth, and if I check just over here, I have exactly the same values. So meaning that we will keep all these default values. Next, we can go to the solder mask, and we can define the solder mask expansion. The solder mask expansion basically defines the small opening between the solder mask and the pads, and it is necessary to make sure that all the pads remain exposed, even with small manufacturing misalignment errors. So usually I keep this very small value, let's say 0.05 millimeter, or we can set, let's say, 0.1 millimeter. Then we go to we go to net classes. So here we define the width of track, the via dimensions. The via is basically, you can consider them as the through-hole pads that connect tracks from different layers. So imagine that you have one track on the front layer, then you have one on the bottom, and if you want to connect, you have to insert the via in between. And here we have these dimensions, 0.6, 0.3. So those values are very common and easy to work with and manufacture. So we are going to keep those parameters. And also we define some predefined sizes. So I'm going to add, let's say, 0.5 millimeter and 1 millimeter. Then I will show you how to use those values. So I think we have everything. We can then press OK to keep all these board setup settings. Alright, before we continue, all the project files are available on my website for a small fee. The link in the description. Next step is to place the components, and the objective here is to place the components in a way that that makes routing easier and cleaner. And honestly, there's no perfect like science behind it, because as we add more components, the number of possibilities exponentially increase. So there are like millions of different ways to place the components, and it's kind of hard to find the optimal way. So that's why for me, PCB routing is something between science, engineering, and art. Through experience and hard work, you will naturally become better at placing and routing PCBs. So, but the basic idea here, I think, is divide and conquer. We divide the components into subgroups, and we will try to route the subgroups in the optimal way. Then we try to play with the subgroups. So basically we create some kind of hierarchy. So in my case, I will start from the USB connector, and we can press R to rotate. And another thing is that if we go to View, Panels, Appearance, you have this tab showing the layers in your PCB. And for a while, we can just hide some of the layers. For example, we can hide the fabrication layer and even the silk screen layer, just to have less visual clutter. So it's easier to route. Then we will show these layers again later. So we have this. So I will start routing everything. So I kind of finished placing the components, and of course it's not the final version. We of course move the components slightly after during the routing the pads. And also another thing I want to show is using the alignment tool. So for example, we can highlight several components using the shift key. Then we use align. So for example, I will align to the left, align to the right. So then I have all these components aligned. And in addition, we can distribute, for example, distribute vertically with even gaps. And then we have this really nicely placed pads, the components. So next thing, we will start routing, and it's a topic for the next lesson. So let's do it together. If this helped you, you can always buy me a coffee on my website. The link in the description.